Hi friends, today we will discuss how to configure device ID match and device ID save authentication modules in OpenAM. So first of all, we'll understand what is device ID match and device ID save. So OpenAM device ID match and save. Generally, device ID match and save will be used for multi-factor authentication. By using the module, we can avoid multi-factor authentication, that is MFA, when the user trying to log in from the same device or browser or system. When first time trying to log in into the application from browser, that is a Firefox, then MFA will be required. Once MFA is successful, then the device will be trusted and details will be stored by device ID save. When second time trying to log in into application from same browser, that is a Firefox, then MFA will be skipped because of the device details matched by device ID match. If not matched, then the user will not be allowed into application. If try to log in from another browser like Chrome, then MFA will be required because of it's a new device. So what is device ID save? So the device ID save module saves a user's device profile. The device details will be saved automatically or upon user request confirmation explicitly. So what are the device details will be stored? User agents associated with the configuration of a web browser, like web browser, that is like a Firefox, like a browser name and browser version, like etc. Installed fonts, plugins installed for the web browser, resolution and color depth associated with the display, time zones or geolocation of a device. Those parameters will be saved into authorization server. So what is device ID match? The device ID match module provides device fingerprints functionality for risk-based authentication. The device ID match module collect the remote user device details and match the saved device details. If matched, then next level of authentication will be skipped and directly will be allowed into application. So in the OpenAIM, we are going to configuring this multi-factor authentication mechanism. So in that, we need four authentication modules. One is the data store and device ID match, HOTP, and device ID save. So what is happening in this? So data store is nothing but authentication of the user. After that, device ID match, it will check that already the user having device details saved or not. If not saved, if not stored, then it will go to HOTP. HOTP is nothing but OTP. So it will send OTP to register email address or registered mobile. And then once OTP is validated, then the device ID details will be stored into OpenAI. Okay. So the next time when trying to log in second time, so we should have to do authentication in the like a first step, that sequence number one, and device ID match. So already device ID details are stored. So the device details will be matched. Then it will not go to third step, that is the HOTP. Like a OTP, it will not send directly the user allowed into the application. So how to configure in OpenAIM, I will show you. Okay. Yeah, so this is the OpenAIM application URL. I have installed OpenAIM in my system. So if not installed, so I will give OpenAIM installation video links in the description. You can use and install OpenAIM in your system. So log in with AM admin user. Here we have two realms. So I'm going to configuring this setup in the employee realm. So go to authentication module. So here click on add module. First I'm going to configuring data store module. So you can see data store module already we have configured. It is a by default module in the OpenAM when once you install the OpenAM. Okay, so no need to configure extra data store module. Okay, so click on add module. So here I'm going to configuring device match ID test. So select here device ID match. Click on create. So here you can see client side script and server side script authentication level and client side script enabled. So no need to do any changes. Keep it as it is the default values. Click on save changes. Again go to modules. Here you can see the module is created. Now click on again add module. Here device save device ID save test. So you can give any name. It's not a mandate like give the same name. Okay. Here select device save. Click on create. Yeah. So here maximum stored profile quality. So here also keep it default values as it is. Okay. Just click on save changes. Again go to modules. So here we have a data store module, device ID save module, device ID match. Now we need a multi-factor authentication. So we need OTP module. So click on add module. So that is a HOTP test. So here select HOTP. HOTP. So here we have to send OTP to registered email address or registered mobile number. So now we are going to configuring email server. Okay, because of we are sending OTP to registered email address. So we need SMTP server details. So we can get it SMTP details in online. So we have one of the best SMTP server. It is a free of cost. You can use it. That is mailtrap.io. Yeah, if not register in the Mailtrap, so you can register in this website. So you will get the SMTP server details. So click on demo inbox. Here you can see these are the SMTP details. Okay, SMTP server details. This is the host name, port, username, password. So you have to use these details and configure in the OpenAM application. So here mail server host name. Give here smtp.mailtrap.io and port 465. It's okay. And the username. Copy this username here and paste it here. And the same way password also. And here you have to select no SSL TLS and you can give any from address like example.com I'm giving here. The customer will receive email from this email address and OTP password validity length. So keep it all as it is default value. Click here and select email because now we are sending only email. So this is a very important email attributes. When you are selecting email, here should be mail. If you are selecting SMS, here it should be telephone number because of we need these attributes to send the OTP. So yeah, now I selected email and I have selected email attribute. Already it is there mail. So here auto send OTP code. So without asking permission to send OTP, so select this one. You automatically system send the OTP to your registered mail address. So click on save changes. So go to modules. Now we have a 4 modules are ready. Okay, these 4 modules how to configure in the chain. So go to chain, click on add chain, give any chain name like a device. So we have given device ID device ID child test. So you can give any name. So click on create. So here click on add module. So first we need data store module. So it's a requisite. Click on OK. And the same way click on add module. Here we need device match. So this is also requisite. Click on OK. After that, again click on add module. Select HOTP test. Click on requisite. OK. Okay. Now click on again module. Here device save is required. Yeah, here you can change requisite to sufficient. It means that, see here I am while changing this requisite. Okay, so the arrow marks you are seeing correct. So if I am selecting sufficient, so pass exiting in this chaining. So it means that if device details if matched, then that is enough to to end up into the login into the application. Okay, so means this is the first step is the user authentication. This is the one step of authentication. So device match ID is the second, OTP is the second step. So before the going to the second step, it will check that user already having device details or not. So if match the device details, it will go into application without asking OTP. So if not match, directly it will come to OTP. Then you have to enter the OTP. OTP once successful, then go to the next node, that is the device ID save. So here the device ID details will be stored into the OpenAI. Okay, click on save changes. Now go to chain. So this is the our chain name. We have to use the chain name to test. So I'm going to opening new browser. So that is a Google Chrome. Yeah, so application is openamnarenatutorial.com eam/xui/realm. So yeah, because we have configured inside the employee realm, question ampersand and service equal to what is the chain name. Copy the chain name and put it here. Yeah, so enter. See now here asking username and password. Now let's log in demo. So the user is already existing in OpenAI. Enter the password. Click on login. See verifying device. So if not already stored, then it will go to the next step, that is the OTP. Now we'll receive OTP. Like here you can see OTP is received. Copy this OTP. Go to this area and enter the OTP here. Submit OTP. So here asking, see, add to trusted device. Yes, if we click on yes, the device details will be saved into OpenAI. So then next time whenever trying to log in from the same browser, that is a Chrome, then it will not ask OTP. So directly will allow into the application once your user is authenticated. If you click on no, the device details will not be stored into the OpenAI. So then next time when trying to log in, definitely it will ask again OTP. So I will show you these two examples. So first of all, I'm selecting no. Okay, I'm selecting no. So when I'm selecting no, next time it will ask again OTP. Correct. So let's see. Click on login. So user is authenticated. Okay. Now don't log out anything here. So close the browser. Again click on Chrome. Then again open. Trying to log in into OpenAI application services. Sorry. Okay. device, what is the chain name? So you can get it chain name again here. So device ID chain test, copy, enter. See, it's asking again. Yeah, so yeah, first it will ask username and password. Enter the username and password. Then next step, whether it will ask or not. So in the previous step we didn't store uh, device details, so definitely this time it will ask again OTP. So multi-factor authentication, click on login. Let's see, verifying the device. So device not stored in the system, that's why it's asking again OTP. Now take the OTP again here, copy this OTP and paste it here. Okay, submit OTP. Now see, now I'm going to clicking on yes. Okay, so it means I'm allowing to the system to store my device details. Okay, then next time it will not ask the OTP, it will directly allow into the application. Click on login. So give the trusted device name is a my Chrome browser, you can say Chrome browser. Click on login. Yeah, here you can see. Okay, uh, here you can see in the dashboard also you can see our device details. Okay, here you can see trusted device details. The name is we have given Chrome browser, last used this time and date. Okay, so if you don't want, you can delete this device also. Let's see now. Don't log out now. Yeah, you can also log out, no problem. After logouting, again trying to log in, then this time it will not ask OTP because of the device details already stored in the system. Click on login. See, verifying device, directly entering into your profile page. Okay, now see, I will delete this Chrome browser. So it means I'm deleting my browser details, sorry, my device details in the OpenAIM. So I'm deleted. Okay, now let's try log out and try to log in. Then definitely it will ask OTP because of the device is deleted, device details deleted in the OpenAIM. So verify the device, so send to OTP. Yeah, so copy this OTP, again put it here. Again it will ask add to trusted device or not. So I'm giving yes. Then so yeah, so when you log out, so when I'm trying to log in again, so it will not ask any second multi-factor authentication because of this is a trusted, because we are validating two level of authentication, correct? So no need to next time validating the OTP for you because you already trusted. So that's why we can avoid multi-factor authentication by using the device ID match. Okay, so this is the device ID match and device ID save. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please share, comments and subscribe to channel to get latest updates. Thank you.